In this video, we're going to take a look at another posing app to help us with our portraits and head sculpts. We've previously looked at some apps loaded with content, but today we're going to look at one that's a little bit more scaled back, yet still has pretty good execution, and it's one called Head Study. As the name suggests, Head Study is for all those artists struggling to draw the head. In total, there are only 4 models available to pose with: a simplified head shape, a simplified plane model, a muscular model, and as you would probably expect, also a skull. There are no fancy bells and whistles here in terms of customization or articulation, but what you do get, however, are models which have had a lot of care placed into their design. The simplified plane model in particular is the standout. Other head posing apps have their own simplified heads, but none of them feel quite as refined or as realistic as this one. There's a real sophistication and subtlety to the light as it shifts across the planes of this model, almost as if it's been 3D scanned from a real sculpt, so it's very well designed indeed. If you've purchased other head posing apps and found that their simplified sculpts are lacking, then this model alone is probably worth getting the app for. The muscular model is also very clean and well rendered, as is the skull too. So whilst the selection of heads here isn't huge, the quality is very good. In terms of lighting, there are 2 light sources available. A unique feature and control set that you won't find in any other posing app is this lighting ball. Instead of the traditional axis controls that you get in other apps, you instead rotate your light source around this sphere to get the desired position and intensity. What's great about this sphere is that it also doubles as a tool to help you work out where your core shadow edge is, that terminator, that dark dividing line between the light and shadow side. This is useful because it's not always easy to see where that divide is on a more complex shape like the head itself, so having this tool here is very useful for that purpose. So what are the downsides? Well, the app is a little bit pricey for what it has to offer. It's a very bare bones app, there's no doubt about that. That said, those bones are pretty well executed, so you're kind of paying a little bit of a premium here. The only other real issue is the lack of export to image functions. You can change the background color and take a screenshot, but there's no ability to create JPEGs or transparent PNG files. But overall, if you're a portrait painter or you're having trouble drawing the head and just want a simple yet very effective tool to help you out, then Head Study is something that's really worth trying. It doesn't try to do anything fancy, but what it does do, it does very well and is available on iPad and Android.